I swear to God, Bioware, if we don't play as Shepard in Mass Effect 4, I'm gonna throw my laptop into the ocean. In this video, we're going to dive into the realm of speculation and discuss possible protagonists for the next Mass Effect game, including Shepard, Liara, and even non-human races. Keep watching to see it all. What's up, everyone? Big Dan here. I'm currently offering limited edition merch that you can pick up at bonfire.com/store/BigDan. There are two different designs, I Should Go and Space Waifu. You can get a t-shirt, hoodies, sweatshirt, or women's tee, and customize from several different color options. This is a limited edition run, and the sale ends on Labor Day, September 6th. So get it before it's gone by going to bonfire.com/store/BigDan or clicking on the link in the description. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Since the announcement last year that a new Mass Effect game is coming at some unspecified time in the future, fans have been busy speculating on what will be in the game. One thing I've seen pop up over and over again is the possibility, or maybe just the desire, to play as Commander Shepard in Mass Effect 4. And by the way, I'm going to refer to it as Mass Effect 4. We don't have an official name for the game yet, and some people will say that Andromeda is Mass Effect 4, and the next game is going to be Mass Effect 5. But a lot of people on the internet are calling it Mass Effect 4, so that's what I'm calling it too. We still don't have that many details about the next game yet, but it begs the question, if Commander Shepard were to return, how would that even be possible, given the way Mass Effect 3 concluded? Let's walk through a few potential scenarios. The first scenario is if the game picks up shortly after the events of Mass Effect 3. If the Destroy ending is chosen as canon, then Shepard could potentially return as the next game's main protagonist. Honestly though, I don't think this is a likely scenario. While it hasn't been confirmed officially yet, it's likely that the next Mass Effect game will also tie into the story of Mass Effect Andromeda, which was set over 600 years after the events of Mass Effect 3. In the reveal trailer, some fans noticed the use of the phrase Godspeed, which is said the first time Ryder takes off in the Tempest in Andromeda.
Optics is away. Godspeed.
Departure vector verified, Tempest. Godspeed, Pathfinder.
Mass Effect project director Mike Gamble responded to a tweet saying this was intentional. Again, nothing totally concrete, but why throw in a trailer reference to Andromeda if you're planning on making a clean break from that galaxy? So for better or worse, I believe the next game will connect to Mass Effect Andromeda's story in some way. So in that case, even if Shepard survived the Reaper War, the commander would eventually die of old age long before the events of the next Mass Effect game. Even with the advanced tech available in the 2180s, humans still only live around 150 years at best, and much of that tech would have been ravaged in the Destroy ending anyway. But let's not rule anything out yet. How could Shepard survive for another 600 years? One way would be cryogenic stasis. Put homeboy in the fridge just like Master Chief. So imagine this scenario. Commander Shepard survives the detonation of the Crucible, but is badly injured in the process. He's suffered brain damage, and the Alliance decides to put him in cryogenic stasis to halt the process. They know it could potentially kill him, but they also know he'll likely die in the current circumstances anyway. So in the 600 years between Mass Effect 3 and Mass Effect 4, scientists in the Milky Way do solve the Shepard problem. The next game opens up with Shepard waking up after a brain operation, asking if the Reapers have been defeated. The doctors explain that yes, the Reapers are gone, and have been gone for over 600 years since Shepard detonated the Crucible. They also explain his condition and the medical intervention they just completed to repair his brain damage and make him good as new. Then you dive into character creation a la the opening to Fallout New Vegas. If this sounds far-fetched or crazy, remember that a similar scenario happened with Ryder's mother in Andromeda. She had a terminal disease, so they put her into cryosleep in hopes that they could eventually find a cure. And boom, she's still alive in Andromeda 600 years later. If you don't like the cryosleep idea, then how about this? 2 words. Cloned Commander. I mean, come on, they did it in the Citadel DLC. Sure, it wouldn't be the exact same person as Shepard, but rather a genetic copy. Maybe they could implant his memories into his head so he could remember the events of the original trilogy. I don't know, I'm just spitballing ideas here. I just think it would be really cool to play as Shepard again. But hey, maybe it's time for a fresh start. Let the original trilogy lie where it lies, and start with a new character and set of companions. Maybe have a few characters from long-living species return to provide that nostalgia and connection to the original trilogy. Like we could have Rex and Liara again, if not as companions, then at least as major characters, kind of like how they handled Leliana in Dragon Age Inquisition. We couldn't use her in our squad, but she had lots of dialogue, was integral to the main story, and even had her own loyalty quest. We know Liara's coming back, unless the trailer was a major bait and switch. So is it possible that Liara would be the protagonist? Well, that seems unlikely to me. As much as it could be cool to play as our favorite Asari, it would definitely hurt the character creation aspect of the game. Mass Effect has always had a customizable human protagonist, either male or female. So playing as Liara would be more like a Witcher 3 Geralt of Rivia kind of experience than a semi-blank slate Commander Shepard type of role-playing game. It would also limit class customizations. Liara has a canon set of abilities in the original games, she's a talented biotic, but it would be weird if she were suddenly a tech genius or a crack shot with a sniper rifle, unless she's devoted time to combat training, which is certainly possible if several centuries have passed since the events of Mass Effect 3. Still, it would just be weird to see her using different abilities. So I don't think it will be Liara, and it probably won't be her half Asari, half Hanar, half sister either, for the same reasons mentioned earlier. You would be locked into a fairly well-established character, instead of creating and customizing your own version of a loose outline of a character. Like if you're an Asari, then you can't play as a male. Personally, I want to have the option to play as either a male or a female protagonist, like pretty much every other major RPG these days. I think it's most likely that the next protagonist will be a completely new character, not Ryder and not Shepard. But one thing that could change is perhaps we won't be locked into playing as a human. Imagine if they opened up several playable races for the protagonist, akin to what they do in Dragon Age Origins and Inquisition. It could be really interesting to play as a Krogan, or a Turian, or an Asari, and even potentially have different unique dialogue here and there depending on what race you play as. And maybe even having different quest outcomes or side quests open up depending on which race you chose in character creation. Again, this is something they did in Dragon Age Origins back in 2009, and it'd be cool to see that in Mass Effect as well. So I may not end up throwing my laptop in the ocean after all if we don't play as Shepard. But whatever Bioware does, please just make a good game. So there you have it, a highly speculative video full of hot takes about the protagonist of the next Mass Effect game. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to Big Dan Gaming for more Mass Effect and RPG videos. And head over to bonfire.com/store/BigDan or click on the link in the description to buy the limited edition merch. The sale ends Monday, September 6th. Until next time, this has been Big Dan. I should go.